40 days of relationship. It sounds quite weird and absurd, right? But that's exactly what we are going to do in the coming 40 days. A relationship which we'll build in these 40 days, it will be for lifelong. You will be excited, you will be motivated, and rather than that, you will be willing to keep that relationship which will develop in these 40 days for the entire lifetime. Now, what this is all about? Actually, I came across a book which is The Purpose Driven Life, What on Earth I Am Here For, by the author Rick Warren. Book invites you to put in the effort for 40 days to experience and give your life a turn in these 40 days to build a relationship with that person in life who we have neglected up till now, or we have not given much priority or attention to, which we should have given. But in these 40 days, this book teaches us, or rather inspires us, to build that relationship now only. And why I am here discussing this book, what got me into that, I thought I want to have the relationship with this guy for 40 days so that I can continue with it for the entire of my lifetime. As those who have watched the last series and the last episode, we made a very beautiful discovery, the spectacular revelation that faith is God and God is faith. So now we know that everything in this universe works on the simple principle: what you believe in shall come to pass. And why don't we believe in the supreme self, in the higher self, if we have to believe into? Now, talking about believing into supreme self, higher self, superior power, higher power, talking about that one person in which or in whom we are supposed to believe. Do we actually know him? I don't think so, because I also don't know him properly. Rather, I'm trying to know him and get to know him more day by day. What is stopping me? Nothing. It is like in our day-to-day life, we never give that much attention, or we never prioritize and think about him the way we should. Okay, now we have an awareness that we have to build a relationship with a person if we want to know that person more. That's a common thing we do, a girlfriend or boyfriend. First coming into the relationship, the one thing which they start doing is knowing each other. So the relationship which we have to build in order to understand that supreme entity lying there who has created everything which we see around us, rather we should say everything which exists, us, this earth, every living, non-living creature, everything has been created by that super multi-talented person sitting there with whom we have never thought of having a relationship, and he's longing for our relationship, believe me. In these 40 days, this is what exactly and precisely we are going to do. We are going to start our 40-day relationship of understanding this super powerful, beautiful and pure guy, and in order to try to know him better, day by day, we'll come to know that he is the only one for us. And what up till now we were doing, simply wasting our time, because we never even thought of building a relation with that one person who will never ever cheat us. He rather is waiting for us to come into that relation, come into that connection with him. I think this 40-day thing is going to be very much inspiring for all of us. And rather it was for me. Actually, when I read this book, it's written a clear-cut instruction. You have to read one chapter per day so that you can absorb and assimilate whatever you have read into the first chapter, and then so on. For 40 days you keep on reading a chapter a day, and that's how you get to know that God, who he is and why he is what he is. And what to say more about it. So this is the day 1, and in coming 40 days we are going to talk and discuss and know more and more about God in the with the help of this book, and with my personal examples or whatever I'll try to find out from other sources also. But in this 40-day period, we'll establish a very pure, a powerful and never ending relationship with that supreme entity who is waiting for us to join him in that divine journey, which starts from the very day we start understanding who he is. And that day, I think for most of us, maybe the first time when we questioned our parents, or when that question came into ourself, how this happens. Like I tell you one incident from my life. Last winters I was sitting in my room with a heater, with my blanket, with my warm clothes, everything. Still I was feeling cold, and at that moment I started to divert myself into something because it's very cold. Last winters were very cold. Suddenly there was this sound, a crying sound was coming outside my room, and I went to the balcony. It was dog and cats crying together, so it was a mixed sound, but I could understand that it was a crying of a dog. I came back and I don't know what got into me, and I just gave one single thought: why they are on the road without any comfort, any facility, crying, why I am sitting in my room with all facilities, all comfort? What was so special in me, and what was not so special in them? Like, that's the reason they are there and I am here. I wanted an answer for that. And I think that was the time my spiritual journey started. I started questioning why I am like this, why I have been given everything in life like this. And that was the start, the beginning point of my divine journey. My journey to establish a connection, a relationship with that super guy. I think a point comes in everybody's life when we question, and there are a lot of curiosity going and boiling inside us, but we are waiting for the right answer. If anybody is going through the same situation, then I would sincerely request, please watch the videos of these 40 days, because we are making a conscious and a generous effort to understand that supreme self, that supreme personality, who he is, and trying to build our relation with him, because everything in life starts when you have a relation, a connection with the other person. That is how you come to know who he is, right? Exactly. And I think if you do this, all the questions, all the curiosities and everything in life automatically comes to rest. Because for me, it genuinely happened in this period of 1.5 years, what I started with, and what a confused person in so many parts of life I was. It's now all making sense. Like a bit by bit, I have started to understand what all things have been already planned for me, what all things were supposed to be done by me, and I was not even aware half of them up till the time I started my divine journey with that guy sitting up there. So I won't consider this as day 1, because in day 1 I was supposed to discuss 5 major points about God, and I cannot do it further. It's already 10 minutes and I want to keep these videos short so that it's very easy to watch them and do not fill them with more of the content. So this is just an introduction one I'm giving. We'll start from tomorrow, day 1, and discuss and try to know about one person who is waiting to discover us, who is waiting for us actually. On that happy, joyful note, you also try in your daily life What all questions trouble you, and are those questions hinting or pointing or giving a clue to you to establish or start a relationship with that person sitting up? Just think about it. Otherwise, I'm here in these 40 days journey, promise you to have you build your relation with that supreme personality.